Hello, everybody, and welcome to the afternoon. I'm your host, Josh, and with me, I got my special guest host, or special co-host there. Sorry,
That's
I've
all
been
right. How you
switching
guys
name.
doing?
Dusk. How's it going there, Dusk?
I'm all right. The movies we see today will be very interesting.
Yeah. See if we agree on some stuff today.
We'll see.
Uh, see there. I know that you didn't have a chance to see everything there.
I saw
Uh,
pretty much everything but Americana.
oh, okay, good. All right, very cool there. So on the docket, we got Americana, the Sydney Sweeney movie, which probably not a lot of people saw or going to see
Right.
there, but we're gonna go
Yeah,
ahead and
it was done almost 2 years ago because they showed it at a Films Fest.
yeah. I saw when you look it up, it's like 2023 is when
Yeah.
the initial run of it is, but finally in some select theaters, I guess
hmm
now. But I heard it still is gonna turn a profit even though it has such a small return. I don't
Yeah. It didn't have a big budget.
Yeah, $9 million. So,
Hey,
uh,
they used their resources wisely.
then we're gonna be doing War of the Worlds there. Amazon Prime
God
movie
help us.
latest adaptation there of the H.G. Wells novel.
hmm
It's the 20-year anniversary of the War of the Worlds from 2005,
That's
starring
so
Tom
sad.
Cruise, directed by Steven Spielberg. I haven't seen that movie in years. I haven't seen that movie
Yeah.
in over a decade, years. Then also we're doing Honey Don't, the latest Ethan Coen movie there, starring Margaret Qualley. And then we're doing an animated film. We're doing DreamWorks Bad Guys 2. I have not seen the first Bad Guys,
Mm.
so this is my first Bad Guys experience. So yeah, it was interesting going to see this movie. But yeah, so that's all we got for reviews. No real news here.
Mm-mm.
I did a bunch of the reactions and everything like that for Gamescom already with Sage from Rated M Premature. We did that yesterday.
Nice.
Um, I was testing out my new mic, and yeah, we did a lot of that. So covered a lot of that stuff. I'll make sure to put that on YouTube pretty soon there within the next day or two. Put that on there. But there's some good stuff there. They showed at Gamescom, Resident Evil, Lego Batman, Swords of Legends there looked really good. So a lot of really, really good stuff there that they premiered and showed. But yeah, but some of the other talk was increasing prices there for consoles,
Yeah.
for handhelds too. Like there's the new Microsoft handheld that's going to be coming out. That still
Eh.
doesn't have a price. That probably will be pretty expensive, but yeah. I don't know if you want to give your thoughts on it.
I mean, you talk about a few. There's one I'm more excited for, and it's called Routine. I've been waiting for that thing for almost 13 years.
Routine.
Yeah, Routine. It's a sci-fi horror, first person, kind of like Alien Isolation, but just in a similar vein. They announced that 13 years ago, so that was supposed to come out almost 11 years ago, and it just gotten delayed, restarted, changed
I saw
around,
routine.
and then they're finally like, okay, I guess we'll finally quarter at the end of quarter 4 of this year. It's like about damn time.
Okay, so yeah, I do get very alien vibes from this.
Yeah.
Uh, are you gonna get there's kind of another kind of Dead Space slash kind of horror game like that where it's like Chronos, the New
Yeah,
Dawn.
I'm definitely gonna check that out.
That's coming out in within a couple of weeks, September 5th.
Yeah, yeah. So I've seen some work on it. I'll definitely check it out. It's the most interested I've been in a blooper game in a bit.
You didn't like Silent Hill?
I thought they did fine. Of as remakes go, they won me back over. There were some initial art choices I was not fond of, but they tried. They did the best they could. They succeeded fairly well. If we're talking remakes by remake standards, they did pretty good. Uh their previous game, The Medium, was okay. It's not that good, not great, kind of just okay. So there's a lot to prove, and I'm much more interested in seeing what they do on their own, not having to touch what some people consider an untouchable game, which is Silent Hill 2.
Mm, okay. Yeah.
So I want to see their vision, not them trying to work with someone else's.
Okay. So yeah, someone else is like their own game instead of a
Yeah,
remake. Yeah.
like they kind of did with like Layers of Fear. That was like their first game.
Mm, okay. But yeah, did that. I'm not gonna do a stream Monday with Sage from Rated Infantry
Mm.
because we already did Gamescom. That was kind of the big thing. But I'm gonna do a stream Sunday. I'm gonna do one with Neil. He's gonna come on and we're gonna do worst of 2025 so far. We're gonna do that. We did best of. Now we're gonna do worst of. So we're gonna do that. Um, Saturday, I may have an interview with somebody. I got to
Mm.
check in with them and see if they can do Saturday. But that's tentative at the moment. But yeah, so that's kind of upcoming streams there. Next Friday, I think the big stuff coming out, if Nick can join me, is going to be Caught Stealing, that Austin Butler, Zoe Kravitz movie
Mm.
that's directed by Darren Aronofsky. That I think also that movie with Benedict Cumberbatch and Olivia Colman's coming out. The
Mm.
Roses, I believe, is also next week as well. So those I think the two movies coming out next week. I'll try to see those. I'm just grateful I don't have to see that trailer anymore now that the movie's coming out.
I know, thank God.
Man, every feels like every movie is
It,
like they show that trailer.
man, I'm telling you, these commercials are getting longer and longer in these movies.
Yeah, I think they said they were trying to work on something to cut it down.
Sure.
So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah,
But
we'll see. I'll see. We'll see.
we'll see how that happens. After the stream, go ahead and raid somebody. Lucky Dog's on. Lucky Dog was just on. He helped us do a spoiler review for Fantastic
Okay.
Four. Good friend of the stream there. He's on. Parapood is on. Just recently discovered her. Who else is on right now? Geek Dom is on. Geek Dom, good friend of the channel as well. Geek Dom playing that Wu Chang Fallen Feathers there.
Right.
He's playing that. I wonder if he'll play Metal Gear Solid, Snake Eater, Delta.
Yeah, we'll
So
see. People are really excited for that one.
the reviews have already been dropping for it. Getting good reviews, 8s, 9s, 10s. I don't
I'll
think
wait
it's
till it comes into players' hands. They're gonna go over that game with a fine-tuned comb.
yeah. If I get a key for the game, would you want it?
Uh Man, it's been a hot minute since I played the original Metal Gear Solid 3. I probably want to play that first before diving into a remake.
Yeah. Well, they said it's good. I mean, they said it's good if you've never played it before, or because I've never played Metal Gear Solid 3. The only
Mhm.
Metal Gear Solid game I played all the way through was Guns of the Patriot.
The
That was
fourth one.
Yeah, that was the only one I've played all the way through.
I get you.
Uh, yeah, so
Third
uh,
game's ahead of its time. Still has a lot of mechanics that most games don't even try.
yeah, Sage did a great retro review of it in anticipation for the game
Mm.
coming out, the remake. One of the greatest games ever. Some people call it on the
I
list
would
there.
argue, yeah, it's one of the best games ever made.
Yeah, Kojima. Some people say Kojima maybe topped himself with Death Stranding 2. So some
We'll
people say
see.
that. There. Sage really loved it though. He gave Death Stranding 2 This is Cinema, so he loved it a lot.
Mm.
So he gave a good review of that. But yeah, go ahead, rate somebody after this. There. So I applied for keys for Silent Hill.
Mm.
Metal Gear Solid is another one I applied for. So yeah, trying to see if I can get those and play those there for you.
Yeah, man, why not?
Yeah, so yeah, why not? If and no,
Yeah,
I'm probably gonna get the game anyway, but
sure.
yeah,
You can get
doesn't
it
hurt.
free.
Yeah. I also did for Gears of War Reloaded. I also did that one as well.
Mm.
Yeah. So they're doing that one.
Surprised they
Uh,
haven't canceled that one.
uh and so that's coming. Yeah, I think that's coming on. I think they don't hold on anymore to the license, right? Xbox, they're giving it to everybody, like
Pretty
PlayStation.
much, yeah.
Yeah. So they don't have too many exclusives anymore.
No, that's been the big contention is just how much they've been screwing around, as it were.
Yeah. So see how that kind of goes there. But yeah. So
Yep.
that's kind of the plans there. Future streams, what's coming up next there. And then afterwards, they go ahead and rate somebody. So we
Mhm.
got that kind of going on. All right. I'll go ahead and pull up my notes for these reviews. We'll get started on that.
Mhm.
I'll start with let's see, you say you didn't see Americana, right?
Yeah.
Uh okay, so I'll start with Americana. Then we'll
Sounds good.
go on to Honey Don't. Then we'll do War of the Worlds. Then we'll do Bad Guys 2. We'll
Okay.
work our way down there. So I'll go ahead and get started there with this. So good old Americana, the Americana lifestyle. There, very awesome. Do 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 do. Okay. Okay, so our first review of the day is going to be for the film Americana. Americana is written and directed by Tony Tost there. It also stars Sydney Sweeney. Tony Tost there, people might know him. He's kind of, I think this is his first feature film, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, this is the
Uh,
first one.
he's written a lot of TV. He's written for TV like Poker Face, which I really like. I like
Mm,
that show quite a bit there. That's a movie with Natasha Lyonne in it. I like that quite a bit. But yeah, he's mostly just written for TV there. So this is his first feature film. And in this movie here, it is a crime thriller that you got kind of going on in this small town there. There's a plot to steal this Native American shirt. It's worth a lot of money there. As soon as these people kind of overhear people talking about the plans to steal the shirt, which is why you're talking about to do crime in this open restaurant, but okay, sure. And then yeah, so to steal this kind of shirt that's worth a lot of money, and this shirt is kind of everybody wants it. Everybody wants it. You have different sides. One people want it to sell it for the money. You have Native American people who find out about it who want it for obviously for their culture and their obviously to have for themselves. You got people who want to sell it because they want to, start a new life and get on, move somewhere else. That's where Sydney Sweeney and Paul Walter Hauser come into play. Paul Walter Hauser, who we just saw in Fantastic Four. There's Mole Man. We just saw him
mm,
there. And they kind of have a dream there. Well, Sydney Sweeney has primarily a dream. She wants to be a singer. She looks up to figures like Dolly Parton and such, and she wants the money to use that to go to Nashville to start her career as a singer. So in this cast there, you got, like I said, I mentioned Sydney Sweeney, I mentioned Paul Walter Hauser. You also have Halsey in this. You also have Eric Dane in this. You also have Zane McLaren in this, who it seems like he's like the go-to Native American guy. Like if you have a movie about any Native American in it, he's going to be the person you go to. He's like, I guess, the new Lou Diamond Phillips, I guess there.
why not,
Um,
right?
you got Simon Rex in this, Toby Huss is in this, so you got a nice cast of people there
Yeah.
in this movie. I saw this movie. I know that many people talked about like Sydney Sweeney had a movie come out. Like I didn't know that shit.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, I mean this movie, not a lot of promotion into it. You know, I know this was kind of woefully undermarketed there. So far in the box office, it's only made $500,000, had a budget of $9 million.
Mm,
So yeah, I think that has a lot to do with it, that it just kind of got dumped there. You mentioned before that this movie was made all the way back. I mean, this movie premiered at a South by Southwest Film
yeah,
Festival in 2023.
yeah.
So it already been out for a couple years already, before we actually have more of
Sitting on the shelf.
yeah, before we have a bigger kind of release in it. Um, yeah, with this movie, it kind of feels similar to another movie we're about to talk about a little bit later, like Honey Don't, where it's trying to do that good crime thriller, kind of like on the level of like a Coen brother type movie,
Mhm,
but it isn't as thrilling or isn't as interesting as that. Something like, Coen brothers are famous for doing crime thrillers such as Blood Simple and Fargo, No Country for Old Men, The
mhm,
Big Lebowski. Um, and it seems like it's trying to do something in the vein of that, but I don't think it's just that interesting
right.
on that level of there. And it has all these different characters and how have them all intersect there. I don't think it's not very well fleshed out really in that sense.
I see.
Uh,
Okay.
which is a problem, an issue there. Like I said, you got a really good cast with this movie, and you got kind of some interesting aspects there. But I don't think really any of them are really fully realized or really fully fleshed out in any good, meaningful way. And there's some good storylines. There's one where Halsey, she's from like this kind of religious cult that she ran away from, and then she goes back to, and there's like some very shady things going on with that, and you'll see in the movie what I'm talking about. That's kind of interesting. I think that they don't really, that could be a lot of good stuff in it of itself there. Then you also have the stuff where you have this little boy who's her son, who thinks that he's the reincarnation of like Sitting Bull. That could have been, I think, way more humorous than what it's kind of in the movie. It seems like it's supposed to be more comedic. I don't think it's um that's done all the way kind of correctly in the
Mm,
film. So that's kind of another thing. It just kind of feels kind of flat also. Like there's no good pulp in it. There's like no good sense of tension in it, I feel like, in the film. It just kind of feels like just things kind of just happen and then you're just kind of watching it with I don't think it builds up that well in it, like what good crime thriller is
Mm.
supposed to do.
Something
Um
a later film we'll talk about has problems with.
Yeah. So I that's kind of the issue I had with it there with it. Um, yeah, so I mean with this, again, I mean, like I said, this movie I think it's already been pulled from theaters.
Damn.
So I think it has. I mean, maybe you have a chance to see it. So by the time you look at this review, I don't know, maybe you'll have a chance to see it in theaters. But yeah, I think it's probably gonna be by the time you watch this review, it's already gonna be out of theaters, and the best hope to see it will be on streaming, which is where I think it deserves to be. I think streaming is probably fine for this. I don't think it's necessarily something that's like, oh, I gotta rush to the theater to go see this.
Mm.
I know many people have talked about seeing Sweeney recently. There's a lot of controversy and all that surrounding her.
Needless
Uh,
controversy.
and then people saying that she can't act. I think Sydney
Mm.
Sweeney can act. I think she was good in. I liked her in that movie. Well, she was the nun. Immaculate, I think was the
Oh,
name of the
yeah.
movie. And I haven't seen the movie, but Nick reviewed it. He liked Reality, that
Mm.
HBO movie she did. I haven't seen it, but he really liked her in that and thought she was very good in it. But yeah, so that's kind of yeah, Americana there. I'd kind of just give it a stream it for me there. You
Mm.
could see other better crime thrillers there, I think many other places elsewhere there. Like, well, I don't know who said that. Well, who the fuck said this? I'm looking at this bird. Americana's like an early Tarantino movie. No, the fuck is like
Mm.
Raphael Mayor
Mayor,
Mayor
IndieWire.
IndieWire. Okay, I don't know what the fuck
I don't
you're
know what
talking.
you were watching.
Yeah, so yeah, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But yeah, so just a plain kind of stream it there for Americana.
All right,
Very
fair
awesome
enough.
there. Okay. All right. Let's go into our next film here. Oh man. Another Coen brother movie here.
Mm.
Oh man. Rejoice.
Oh God.
Okay. All right. So our next movie review is going to be for the film Honey Don't. Honey Don't is a movie directed by Ethan Coen. I think is this his second
It
solo
is the
feature.
second. It is the second one where he's co-wrote the screenplay with his wife Trisha Cook. This is the second one they've done in their lesbian B movie trilogy.
Oh, they're making it. They said that they're
They'll
making a
make.
trilogy.
Yep, they have quoted. This is a trilogy, the B movie lesbian trilogy. So
Oh,
there'll be
okay.
another one after this.
Interesting. And then is it going to star Margaret Qualley again as a lesbian?
I don't know, and I don't care.
Okay. Okay. So yes, Ethan Cohen there, who is one half of the Cohen brothers there, the Cohen brothers who we just talked about, who've done many big films, Blood Simple, Fargo, No Country for Old Men, Big
Mm.
Lebowski there, Burn After Reading. Um, and I bring up those films because much like we did, I think you just did. I think when we initially did Driveway Dolls, I think you were the only one that saw it and you did a review for it.
Me
Uh,
and Nick, I think.
you and Nick there. And I finally saw it later after much when it
Mm.
premiered on like streaming. And I finally sat down and saw it. I was like, oh, yeah, I kind of felt the same way you all did about it. And I
Yeah.
was very disappointed by it. And especially coming from, like I said, one half of the Coen brothers who've done such amazing movies as the ones I mentioned. Then you also, so I was kind of worried coming into this movie, Honey Don't, even though just like with Driveway Dolls, it's like, okay, I'm digging the trailer. I think the trailer looks good. You got a stat cast. You got Margaret Qualley. You got Aubrey Plaza. You got Chris Evans. You also have let's see here. You got Laura Abave there. So you got a good people in this
Mm.
cast. And to see them kind of do some different things here, especially Chris Evans to break away from just being Captain America. And so yeah, I always want to see it because I do think Chris Evans is a good actor. Uh, but this has all the same problems that Drive-Away Dolls does. I feel like. And this is also it's like okay you're trying to do the crime thriller thing plus mixed in with a little bit of comedy, even dark comedy aspect of it. And they've done this before. They did it with Big Lebowski, which was very good in the classic.
Mhm.
But again, I think it's another kind of disappointing entry from solo director Ethan Cohen there. I'm gonna get your thoughts on it. Dusk, what do you think about Honey Don't?
Let me grab my notes real quick. All right, man. I'm just gonna be honest. So I saw Drive Away Dolls, and everything I said about it holds true. You can watch a review on it. In fact, I recommend it. Nick and I had a fun time just kvetching over the damn thing. Uh, but I went into this with an open heart and open mind. Okay, the trailer looks fine. We'll see if they've learned any of the mistakes they made. Let's see if this is because it's got a good cast, but let's see if they're able to do this again because this is the same combination. It's Ethan Cohen, and he's co-running it with his wife when they're both in an open relationship. And she has come out much later in their relationship and saying, "Oh yeah, I'm also into women as well." And so she has admitted the first one, Driveway Dolls, was a very experience with her and her desires and her interests. And this is a second one, which you can feel her influence all over this. And I'm just going to be honest. It feels like a second attempt to Drive Away Dolls' initial failure, with some aspects kind of aligning with the Christian Stewart movie Love Lives Bleeding, and it tries to kind of be a more modernist, like Western, but it just falls completely flat. It's like they didn't learn any of the lessons they did with Drive Away Dolls. It's
Mm,
less goofy than Drive Away Dolls is. The premise alone is stupid as shit, but it's less goofy, but it doesn't change that this feels like a disposable paperback. Like one of those disposable paperback novels you maybe go and grab on the airplane, not think about, and it's kind of trashy and you just kind of walk away from it. It feels like this.
like those, what's that author's name? That does all that type of books.
Yeah. I
James Brooks or
Yeah, yeah. It's something like but like to a lesser even degree of that. Like a Kishi, like One for the Money, one of those kind of like really trashy quick movies that you'd flip through because you're waiting for a plane or going on a plane. The biggest problem with this movie is it feels like a series of gags that has nowhere to go. You go from like one little set piece, one area. It's kind of trying to be a bit pulpy, trying to recapture the magic, but it just doesn't. It just feels awkward, and the actors are trying, but I'm getting tired of it, man. I'm getting tired of it. I'm getting tired of it. It's like he just doesn't can't recapture it. Margaret Qualley is a fine enough actress, but I'm getting tired of seeing her in stuff like this
mm,
because I just feel like it's not only a waste, she kind of feels it feels like Alien in a way, where they're going through the motions of what a Coen Brothers movie should be. And for all she should fit this kind of a role, but she feels almost like a poser. Like
mm,
she doesn't belong in what they're trying to do. And she's trying to be this like Uma Thurman or these kind of characters, like Tarantino, pulpy kind of character. But she just either it's the script or just the direction because she is just not nailing it. It is just awkward. And
mm.
it just doesn't work. It's the same thing with Audrey Plaza and Chris Evans and Charlie Day. Charlie Day is like one of the few characters that kind of escapes most of it because Charlie Day is just so weird on its own. He can kind of roll with the punches. He's got more comedy experience, so he can go
Mm.
through it. Chris Evans always had a limited range of acting for the most part, but he's like the most enjoyable part of this because he kind of hands it up as this preacher who's just snake oil salesman basically and goes into debauchery and is kind of lying to his flock. There are elements in this movie I'm like, okay, this could have made a very interesting little pulpy thing, but it never flows together. It never quite gets there. It just feels like a scenes of vignettes that just go and then and then and then, which is very similar to Drive Away Dolls. It's just a B movie film of vignettes that don't really lead anywhere, and then the conclusion that you come to is, oh, that's it.
Mm,
There's no tension. Not
mm,
a single moment is there a tension in this movie.
mm. And I didn't talk about the plot of the movie there
Mhm.
initially. So you have this movie is in a small town there. I think they say they're in Bakersfield, I think.
Yeah.
And it's you have Margaret Qualley who's playing Honey, the titular character there, who's a small town private investigator. She's a PI, so she gets a lot of these cases. The people come to her, and then of course, much like kind of like maybe something very Tarantino esque there. And then very even something that, of course, the Coen brothers have done in their own careers, these little pieces of this puzzle, because she's investigating these deaths that have been happening, and then they all somewhat, kind of tie together. It's about how they all tie together and who's behind this. And then it kind of some of these things lead to a church there, which is led by Chris Evans, who plays named Reverend Drew Delvin there. Is he kind of behind these things? So you have that kind of going, that aspect of it. So yeah, that's kind of where the kind of the premise of the movie, and the movie has this feeling that it's trying to be like this neo noir type of
Yeah.
story, but in modern day. And you have Margaret Qualley, who has the looks of a femme fatale, but is in this is playing the actual private investigator. Even the movie opens up with her in bed with another woman, which is something very much like a hard boiled detective
Mhm.
kind of story would be. Is that he's a hard drinking, hard sex having, hard smoking person, but he is really great at being this PI, and that's the only thing he's good at. So it's kind of flipped and reversed, and this is made with an attractive woman. I just don't buy Margaret Qualley as being the head of a private investigation firm.
Yeah.
I just don't buy
Yeah,
it.
no.
It should have been maybe a woman older. It should have been, you mentioned maybe someone like Uma Thurman, like maybe someone like that, a woman more in her late 30s, 40s,
Yeah.
who still had the femme fatale looks, but it would be more believable given her age that
Yeah.
she amassed this private investigation firm. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, the moment you see her in the trailer with high heels and she's going around and going down, like, first I'm like, "You're gonna trip and die." Like, that's stupid as shit already. But secondly, yeah, she just doesn't what they're asking her to do, she just can't do. It doesn't make sense for the character that she's trying to play. It doesn't fit.
Yeah.
And she's a talented enough actress, but she just whenever like I've been seeing her lately, it feels like she's a poser in situations. Like she's playing roles that just you're like, "No, I don't believe that. No,
Mm,
that's not the kind of role you should be taking. No, I don't see it."
yeah. I mean, I don't think she's a bad actress.
Like I said, she's not bad.
I just think she's miscast
Yeah.
in this movie. Drive Away Dolls, I think that worked because that was more about younger people and getting involved, mixed up in kind of crime and everything like that. But here, if you're supposed to be playing like more of a hard boiled detective, I don't know. It just she doesn't strike me as it just doesn't the writing, I guess, or
Mhm.
just the performance. Just doesn't strike me as like this is a hard boiled detective here.
No.
Um, and then you mentioned kind of the other kind of characters that kind of come in here. You mentioned Charlie Day. I like Charlie Day. I think he's a funny guy.
Yeah.
Wasn't really that impressed by him in this either.
No, he's just
Uh,
like he's just there.
he's very super one note, like because he's got this running gag in the movie where he keeps asking Honey out on a date, but then Honey keeps telling him she's a lesbian, and that happens like 3-4 times in the movie,
Mhm.
and he just keeps going, "Oh God, you tell me that every time, honey," and then he just kind of like at first he's like seems like he's doing like a voice,
Yeah.
like this cop voice, I guess from like the 50s or 60s or something like that, which kind of threw me off a little bit initially, but yeah, I thought that was kind of weird. Chris Evans, like I said, I want to see Chris Evans branch out, do some more stuff,
Yeah.
play some more different type of roles. I think he kind of has his moments as like this, creepy preacher guy. Um, but
It's too
again,
jokey though.
you think he should have been more menacing? You think?
I should have like there should have been more moments with like I said, there's no tension in this. There's no tension because it's not there's no Cohen brothers old Cohen brothers way where they let scenes breathe and you feel that tension. You know a character can do something and it's going to be bad. And you know they have the capability of doing it. He has for all intents and purposes that ability, but he just acts like a goddamn moron most times. And he
Yeah.
lets like by the end of the movie, something happens. I laughed because I couldn't believe it.
Hmm.
It just what happens and how this movie is resolved. And the end at the end scene screen, I felt like, "Oh, so we're gonna get more. They can't just end it on this." And then they end it. And I have rarely in my life wanted to get a refund.
Hmm.
I was just like,
Wow.
"Oh, man."
But yeah, I mean the stuff. It's just the writing feels kind of flat and
It
n-
sucks.
not very interesting.
Yeah,
It's
it
not very
sucks.
punchy. Like a movie like this should have more punchy kind of
Yeah.
writing to it. More like something like I guess Shane Black or something like that. I think would fit a movie like this
Or,
more.
Joel Cohen maybe should have helped write this and direct this maybe. Because I think
Yeah.
at this point, one movie, it's okay, you try something different, it's whatever. Second movie, it's a pattern. This is your second movie out of a supposed B-movie lesbian trilogy that you guys wanna make. It's very clear that the writer for this, you're his wife, his partner, I should say, at this point, is very focused on telling stories that she wants to tell, or and with getting help from her partner. And I'm sorry, she just can't write. She
Well, he
can't
did
do
co-write
this.
it.
She's a co-writer. They neither of them can write because clearly Joel Cohen was the reason those movies were as nuanced as they were. Because you can
Mm.
feel the moments that where Ethan comes in, and you're like, okay, these little moments, these like dark humor, little moments here and there, these brief moments of levity here and there, that's Ethan. That's his personality. And then the more serious, the moments of tension, the moments of these, that's Joel. And they were able to very balance them and made some of the best thrillers ever made.
Mm.
These, when you ask them, it's like, oh, the same people made these. There's no balance for it. It's just someone else who's already kind of jokey or lighthearted with some dark gallows humor. And then you add not great writing on top of it with an over the top pulpy B movie shtick. And it just doesn't work.
Yeah. And I mean, Joe Cohen, the only other movie he's done outside the partnership is The Tragedy of Macbeth, which I liked a lot. I did
Yes.
like. I thought that was really good.
I
Um,
thought it was a fair interpretation.
but Ethan Cohen, solo wise, yeah, he's kind of 0 for 2 for me.
Yeah, at
I
this
gotta.
point, look, when Love Lies Bleeding feels more like what they're trying to do, a better version of the two movies they've come out with, you've got problems.
Yeah, yeah. Now, Love Lies Bleeding is really good. I recommended that
That's what
movie.
I'm saying.
That movie
It's
came
it
out the
feels more
same.
like a Coen Brothers movie, what they're trying to do, than what they've been doing for the last two movies.
Yeah. And this movie, I mean, it came out the same year as Driveway Dolls.
It did. We compared it at that time too.
Yeah, and I did a review for it, and I was like, "Yeah, this feels like more like a Coen Brother movie than actual Coen Brother movie that came out
Yeah.
that year." And this has, I mean, it's got some like kind of dark humor
Oh,
moments
hell yeah.
in it, but it's really good and it's really well done.
Yeah, it's
Great,
not a perfect movie, but it does feel like it felt like a much better homage to what a Coen Brothers movie would be if they were trying to do what they're trying to do, what Ethan and his partner are trying to do.
yeah, and it's filled with a lot of great tension and things closing in, and you feel
Oh
that
yeah.
even as a person watching the movie, so that's really good. But yeah, yeah, I just think this is a kind of another disappointing entry for me for a Cohen solo feature. And if this is supposed to be a trilogy, maybe I don't know, maybe three times the charm. I don't know, maybe the third one I'm gonna like with it. Yeah, I just think ultimately Mark Qualley's. I think she's miscast in this. Um, I think the writing is flat and not really that good in it. Um, it's a good. I think the pieces are there for a great movie. This setup, this noir kind of setup there, like I said, with the woman that looks like a femme fatale, but then is the
Yeah,
actual private
Margaret
investigator.
Qualley just is not the right person for that role.
Yeah. I don't know what they're gonna do next for the part of it, but maybe, like I said, maybe that'll be turn out better. And I don't know, the actual mystery of itself and then the conclusion
It's
of it is
dumb.
like I don't think this really I don't think this really works.
Yeah, no, it
Uh
doesn't.
so I give it um I still think just on a basic level of just filmmaking, I think it's still decent there. Even though I don't really like the movie all that much. So I kind of give it a low kind of stream it. What about you?
Uh, this joke's gonna be made 100 times, but the title of the movie says it all. Honey, don't even bother. Don't bother with this movie. You can watch other Coen brother movies, and they're gonna be way better. You can watch Love Lies Bleeding. It's a better version of what this is trying to be. And even that movie's not perfect, but I enjoyed that one a hell of a lot more than I enjoyed these two movies, Drive Away Dolls and this. This is skip it, man.
Skip
I'm
it.
sorry. There's not much here to go with.
So
You can't see better somewhere else.
do you like this less than Drive Away Doll?
No, I gave Drive Away Dolls a worse score. This is just a skip it. I feel bad. There's some moments that are like, okay, this could have worked. This could have been something. There are some elements here that could have worked, but it's just the pieces aren't here. It's all missing the missing piece, and so I just have to give it a skip it because it didn't rise to the occasion, as it were.
Okay. So skip it from dust, load
Mhm.
stream it for me. I don't know. I think I'm on the skip it fence maybe.
Yeah.
But I don't know, low stream it there
The
for me.
lowest you can give.
Yeah, for it. So yeah, that was our review for Honey Don't.
Don't.
All right, let's get into the next movie here. Getting through these reviews pretty nice. Geek Dom is still on. Parapood is still on. Yeah. So Chaotic Nico's playing that Guilty Gear Strive there. Okay. Engine Plays playing that Diablo 4. Okay. So good people on, playing some good stuff. All right, let me pull up this notes for this one. All right. Man. All right. Okay. All right. So our next review is going to be for the film War of the Worlds. War of the Worlds is another movie adaptation that we've gotten there based on the H.G. Wells novel, the famous H.G. Wells novel that came out in 1898 there. This movie comes out on the 20th year anniversary of actually the Tom Cruise, Steven Spielberg War of the Worlds, which came out in 2005. I haven't seen that movie in forever. I don't even remember how I feel about that movie. What were your kind of thoughts on that one?
I thought it was an interesting interpretation. It was a very specific interpretation at the time. 2005 was a couple of years after the United States experienced 9/11, and that movie very much, like other interpretations of H.G. Wells's work with War of the Worlds, it very much spoke of the feelings of the people at the time. The original novel, it's about the Great War and clashing of imperialism and power. Later on, in different interpretations, it became like variations on communism or over reliance on technology or power or disease. Like it was always the fear of time. For this one's particular, Steven Spielberg's, that one very much was the fear of terrorism. There's even a line where his daughter quotes like, "What do you think it was, a terrorist?" Very much that fear at the time, and especially the scene when he's covered in ash and returns home. For people who experienced the incident 9/11, is a very raw feeling at that time. The feeling of his son wanting to get back at him. We just have to get back at them. Very much a catharsis at the time. Anger at something that they can't really fight. Anger at a nameless enemy that's attacking for no reason, no real discernible reason other than they just want to. So for that way, and I think visually and at that point in time, what it's trying to say, I think it's a very cathartic movie. Whether it's a good movie narratively, I wouldn't say that necessarily, but emotionally, viscerally, even like technically, I think it's a very well done movie.
Okay. So you got this new one, 2025. So we went from Tom Cruise to Ice Cube here, who's the star, and then this is directed by Rich Lee, who seems like this is his first feature film. He's done television. He directed an episode of the TV show Limitless before. He's also done The Society, which I've never heard of. Seems like he's mostly been a music video director. So you got him in this. And so he's the perfect person to do War of the Worlds here, seems like. And so this is a telling of it, War of the Worlds, through the eyes of Ice Cube, who plays a character named William Radford, who's a data analyst there for the Department of Homeland Security. We've seen movies like this before that take place primarily just on a person just through their computer screen. We saw that movie with John Cho called Searching,
Yeah.
which I really liked. I actually liked that movie quite a bit. That film there. I think it was really good at building tension. I think John Cho is a very good actor there, and he was able to really work it out pretty well. And it was kind of the same concept. If people have seen that movie, there was also the other one, the other version of the movie with what was that actress? I think it was Shania Lathan, maybe.
Mm.
Was called like Missing, and I thought like, oh, is this like in the Missing Searching People universe or something like that? Like, are these movies
Yeah.
connected?
The Missing was an interesting idea that they just fumbled completely.
I think with that movie that starred it was Nia Long. I'm sorry, Nia Long was the one. And it was Storm Reed in it. But yeah, I mean, this was kind of the same concept here as we got War in the Worlds, where it's a
Didn't
guy. He's
didn't he make that though?
who,
He's made movies like this.
Rich Lee or
Uh, yeah, no, not Rich Lee. I remember reading that he made one of the guys who worked on it has made similar projects like this.
yeah. But I know the guy who did Searching, it says here, was
Oh yeah, no. So the producer, the guy who produced this, Timur Bekmambetov, he's been a huge proponent of this genre. He did Night
oh
Watch, he did Wanted, he did various other things of that. He's been trying to get that kind of stuff off the ground for a while. He's produced other movies like this. Like he produced Missing. That's where I knew the name from. He
oh
was an executive producer for Missing and Control.
okay, interesting. All right. But yeah, I mean, so kind of that same format, and a
Mhm.
guy just sending. We see him on Microsoft Teams. He's sending messages. He's on video calls. He's bouncing back and forth with all these different tabs going on. Hey, how's it going there? Let me winks. Hey, what's going on, man? Um,
Hey.
and it's him witnessing the destruction of kind of Earth going on through the eyes of his computer screen, which I think the setup of that is interesting. I think okay, if you're gonna do War of the Worlds on kind of a modern day spin on it, it would be maybe in this type of style if you want to do that there, and you want to keep the costs cheap, which this movie definitely is keeping the cost cheap for sure there.
Oh yeah, man. Oh my god, this is an asylum movie.
I mean, the stuff that you see in this, I mean,
Actually, Asylum might have more of a budget.
like they'll show footage of like the military being deployed. That's all. That shit looks
Oh,
like
it's all
all
stock
stock,
footage.
pure stock
Oh
footage.
yeah, as much
Uh,
stock footage as they could get away with.
There's even a loop of the stock footage. Like you see the same person in the stock footage pop up again.
Oh yeah.
They show up. There's even stuff where Ice Cube, he's on the screen, and you see from the reflection of his glasses, you see the green screen of the computer there. You'll see stuff like that. In this movie, I mean, it's getting memed, it's getting
As
destroyed
well as
there.
should be.
Currently, it sits at 3% on Rotten Tomatoes. There, at
Oh
first it
wow,
was
0% for a while.
yeah, it was 0% for a while, but some people came in and went like, "Oh, I don't know, it's kind of fun. I don't know," and then they boost up the rating. So yeah, with that in it. But I'm gonna get your thoughts on this. What are your thoughts, man, on War of the Worlds, man?
uh if H.G. Wells saw this, he'd be spinning in his grave.
Mhm.
Uh man, there's been so many different versions of H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds. It's one of those novels and stories that you can do over and over again and have something new to say. The biggest one recently was Spielberg's ones, the 2005 War of the Worlds. But there are other ones, some that go back to the date and time of when the novel was written. There was a 2019 TV series that they did. I didn't even know about it, but there was a 3-season adaptation of the novel, kind of, sort of. There was an 80s interpretation of the novel. There was a 90s TV version. There have been a version of this story told over and over and over again. And at least you could tell with those various versions, they were trying to do something with the novel. They respected the novel. This movie don't give a goddamn about that novel. It doesn't care. It doesn't have the money to care about this novel. This movie was a COVID movie. And what I mean by COVID movie, I mean no one can interact. This was made in the midst. This was made in 2020 at the height of COVID. No one could go around. No one could go anywhere. So how do we make a movie without anybody interacting? And they legit thought that was the future. We're looking into how to make movies when no one can interact. We think this might be the future. And so they got the producer for this movie, Tim Moore, and because he had experience making these kinds of movies, he got working with it, like with Missing. And go ahead.
Oh no.
Uh, it just, and so they were brought him in for this, but even in Missing, from what I barely recall, it worked within the confines of what it was trying to say, almost like those movies where they were just looking at the screen and waiting for found footage type of movies. It's not a very large genre, but it does have its own set of rules. But with this movie, its editing is fighting. It doesn't contain the viewer. It's like moving to thing. It's moving and cutting editing. You hardly can see anything. Most of it is just Ice Cube staring at the screen going, "What? No way. Oh my God. Get out of here. Get out of there. Watch out. I'm going to hack the planet." No, he doesn't say that last part, but I wish he did, because at least that would be somewhat entertaining. No. This movie also has one of the worst product placements I have ever seen in my entire life.
Like, look at that. I mean, like he sees somebody get blown up, and this is his reaction.
Yeah.
Becoming what used to be called shooting stars.
Exactly. You're like, what?
Oh man.
Gosh darn. Where's all this going? Get out of there. Come on. No, man, this was the paycheck of a lifetime. Because all he has to do is sitting there, looking around, reacting. Not reacting well, just reacting to things he can't see. And, oh my God. This plot is so stupid. It is the most insane plot I've ever seen. So, I don't care about spoilers. I don't know if you do, but
I'm sure. I guess you go for it. I guess.
Yeah, I mean, so at one point in the trailer, like, "Yo, King Bob, hey, how you doing?" So the plot for this movie, spoilers, everyone. Unlike any other version of H.G. Wells' story, usually the aliens are defeated by something very simple. Usually the microbes in the air, or they can't adapt to our environment. In addition to overwhelming forces working together to defeat the aliens. In this, the military mobilizes in like less than a day. The world military, not just American forces, everyone in the world. Like, it's set over a day, a single day. And they're super quick, super to fight it. But the aliens, what are they here to do? What are they here? They're here for our data. They want to suck up all that good, juicy data.
They're Elon Musk. They want the data.
Yeah, I want it all.
Oh no. No, I don't think so. But yeah, I mean that's kind of that's the primary motivation of these aliens kind of coming down on Earth. And they look pretty much like how they looked in War of the Worlds. I guess that's the design, these kind of squid looking
tripods
type thing there. And they want the data. They are attracted to data, and then there's like this global conspiracy of the fact that there's this Project Goliath, where the government is hoarding all people's data. So that's like what they're attracted to. So that's what's causing
all that juicy data. And where is the data? At the Department of Homeland Security, where Ice Cube works. How is it gonna work it? I know. My daughter's baby daddy is an Amazon worker. I'm gonna order on Amazon a flash drive, and then he's gonna use one of the Amazon drones to get there.
And I don't think I've ever seen Amazon be this blatant with their product placement, because they've done original movies before.
Oh, sure.
And I've never seen it like this ever. where you got her, and she's, by the way, you have Ice Cube's, who is his family's in this, where you have, it's primarily him, and then you got his daughter and son,
Who
not
he
his real
spies on
uh
constantly.
yeah, by the way, which is, he does a big invasion of privacy where he constantly, he hacks all their devices,
Yeah.
their phones, their laptops, hell, even her refrigerator.
Yeah, just to see what she eating.
Um, and then yeah, and then also his daughter in this, who's played by Iman Benson, gorgeous woman, very stunning looking woman
Sure.
there. Um, she's a biologist, but she's married to an Amazon driver. It's like, how the hell did that work?
I
What
mean,
happened?
hey, he makes a lot of money in overtime.
I guess, but he's married to her, and then yeah, it's all about like him working for Amazon and Amazon delivery, going to the
He's a
Amazon's.
goofball. They betray their own drivers like goofballs.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's totally goofball. Oh, it's like, I mean, I was like, how did they get together?
Yeah, I know. She's like, he's just a proper biologist, like dresses well and everything, and he's just like, "Yo, Dad, what's up?
Pops calls him
Oh,
Pops. Hey, what's
pops,
going
what's
on?
going on, pops? I ain't your pops."
Uh, and also there's a scene there where, he does come in handy, because it's like even the Amazon tape comes in handy. It's like, this
Oh
thing
my
is
god.
great. And there's a scene where she gets hurt, his daughter, and she's got like a pipe in her leg, and she takes it out, which doesn't make any sense why she would take it out since she's
Yeah.
supposed to be a biologist. Do you think she would know that if I take it out, the blood's gonna
Yeah.
start
No. Yeah. I know.
flowing out? So that doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is kind of the most obviously blatant product placement I've ever seen them ever do in something, which just drags the movie down. That's some of the worst things. And Amazon saves the world because he has Amazon. He's able to save the world. That's basically what
Oh, you forget. Not before the drone got flipped over, and they had to have a homeless man helping unflip that the drone. And the way they get him, he's like, "No, man, I want to go outside. I'll get killed by the aliens." Like, what if we allow you to have an $1,000 Amazon gift card? And he's like, "Oh shit!" And he goes over and flips it, and then it zooms off, and you see a beam shoot at it right where it was. I'm pretty sure they just killed that homeless dude. I'm pretty sure they did. Just to
Yeah.
get it. They bribed him with $1,000 in Monopoly bucks for Amazon.
Amazon, not even real. I mean, they can even
Not
offer
even
like,
real money, not just Monopoly money.
what's your PayPal? What's your Cash App? Like, at least a homeless person, they'll probably have PayPal or Cash App.
Some shit. It's like, no, here's an Amazon gift card, $1,000.
$1,000. Like, okay,
All
can he
right.
buy? I guess he could buy an Amazon home for $1,000.
Yeah, why not? Right?
You can get one of those
Prefab
shit.
home. Why not? Let's go.
Yeah, this is. I mean, the stuff is true. Everything you've seen online about this movie is true. We're kind of late in the game in reviewing it. This is awful. This is absolutely terrible. It's
May
definitely one.
technically be the worst movie I've seen all year.
Maybe it's probably the worst movie I've seen, yeah, all year as well. This will be on my worst of list. I mean, it's funny to laugh at if you were just, just if you had some people over and you wanted to just laugh at it. It's good for that. Just the reactions Ice Cube gives, him kind
But
of
even
going.
then, you just stop laughing at a certain point and just go, "Oh God, it's still going."
I mean, it's not that long a movie. It's like an hour and 30.
It's long. It's too long to be doing what it's doing.
I mean, you think it should have been shaved off 10 more
Oh,
minutes?
this should have been 30 minutes.
30 minutes shaved off?
30
Make it
minutes shaved off. This movie is a 90. Movie is an hour, 75 minutes. Done. The legal limit of what a movie can be.
I mean, what would be your final thoughts rating for this, man?
Oh man, that's easy. This is a burn it.
Bernie, you not gonna give it a waste of film?
You know what? You're right. You're right. This is a genuine waste of film. Get out of here. Burn it. Waste of film. It's done. This thing is terrible. It's just funny to laugh at for a little while, and then eventually you start getting angry at it. You start getting like frustrated. It's like just stop. Just end. But
Yeah.
we'll get great memes from it.
Oh, the memes are great. I mean, I've seen all the
No.
reaction
We'll get
memes.
even more memes as time goes on. This is one of those things that it's going to last for a couple of years.
Mm,
Those Ice Cube reactions are going to show up in new forms.
yeah, I've been using them already. I've seen the
Yeah.
movie. I've been telling replying to people, just throw an Ice Cube meme in there. Because it is just great there. It's like, and like I said, this movie was made during the pandemic. Ice Cube was supposed to be a part of another movie called The Fire Inside, which we did a review for. And he had to drop out of that movie because he didn't want to take the COVID shot. So he dropped
Mhm.
out of that, and then he was replaced by Brian Terry Henry. And I think that's part of what attracted him to do this movie is because like,
Yeah, I
oh
don't have
wait,
to leave my home.
I don't have to really leave my home. I can be in an isolated place. I don't have to
Yeah, I
take
don't
a
blame him.
shot. You know, I could just do this real quick. He's like, oh, I could just sit in one place. I don't have to do much. He's like, oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah,
sure, I can
they
do
knew
that.
this movie was trash. This movie was made in 2020. This thing has been sitting on the shelf for 5 years. They knew this was mostly unsalvageable.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They spent barely any money on the effects. They did the bare minimum of what was required to, and the only reason it came out because of, I'm sure, contractual obligations.
Mm. Yeah, it's like
That's the only reason we're seeing this.
just dump it out there.
Yeah,
Just do some there.
they could bury Batwoman, but they couldn't bury this.
And then the line, it just seems like he's just literally just kind of just reading on the screen
Oh
what is
yeah,
just like he just does a whole breakdown of like he's briefing like the president and the head of the Secretary of Defense and everything like that. And it just feels like he's just purely just reading from the screen. Like he just is
yeah.
like, oh
The
yeah, let me
background
just
for him is green screen. He's just sitting in front of a. He's just sitting in front of there. I love like when he tries to leave and he just goes to, my room is locked. I can't leave the room. I'm like, it's a glass door, my guy.
just break the glass door.
Like the glass door.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I can't think of really anything good about this movie. The effects aren't good. The actors aren't good. Even more like veteran actors, like you got what's his name? Clark Gregg is in this.
Oh yeah, no, he phones this in. It's literally a phone call. He quite literally phones this in.
Yeah. Like some people like are in like the same location. Like I think the dude who's the Secretary of Defense, he's in the exact every time you see him, he's in the same location every
Yeah,
single time.
Ava
So it's-
Longoria, everybody.
yeah.
Clark Gregg especially is just like Agent Phil. He's just like, yeah, it's all right. We got all the data. It's good. We're all good to go. It's all right. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's all right. And he's just like, yeah, no. He's just sitting in front of a camera, just saying whatever the words he needs to say to pick up his paycheck.
So you gave it a waste of film.
Oh yeah, easy.
I give it a waste of film. As well. I think, hey, I mean, it's a fun way. It's probably the most fun waste of film I've ever given any movie.
I can't wait for Master Pancake Theater to get a hold of this and do one of those riff tracks. That is the only way I'll rewatch this.
Yeah.
Or I'll show like the first little bit. Someone's gonna chop and screw the best parts, and this movie's gonna be like 30 minutes of all like the crazy shit. That's all. I'll rewatch this with some buddies, but that's about it. I'll never rewatch this on my own.
Yeah. So 2 waste of films for War of the Worlds 2025. So in the next 20 years, we're gonna get another War of the Worlds there, I guess.
We'll
2040,
see.
2045.
If we make it another 20.
And if we make another 20, we'll get that there. So yeah, that was our review, War of the Worlds 2025. Very awesome there. We got one last review and then head out of here.
This one should be pretty quick.
Yeah, good old Bad Guys 2, man. Let me see here. Oh man, I love the bad guys, man. Who doesn't love a bad guy, man? Oh wow. Okay, so our last review of the day is going to be for a film called The Bad Guys 2. The Bad Guys 2, of course, is a sequel to the very first Bad Guys film there. This is a DreamWorks film. This is the first Bad Guys film I have seen. I didn't see the first one there. I don't remember if we've done a review for the Bad Guys film there. But the first one I did hear good things about when it came out. I did hear good things about the movie there. I just ended up missing it when it came out. And what is this Bad Guys 2 about? Well, after the events of the first Bad Guys, where the bad guys, they went straight. Take a shot every time I say bad guys. They went straight there. They're trying to live the normal life. And they find like, oh, this normal life, trying to be a good person shit is kind of sucks. They're struggling. They're struggling to find jobs with, their employment history comes at like, I was a thief for all these years, hire me, please.
They literally have no history at all. No work history at all.
Yeah. But time comes where they are able to get pulled out of retirement there. They're able to use their skills once again of being master thieves there. You have in this film, you have Sam Rockwell who plays a fox there in this movie. He plays a guy named Mr. Wolf. And I like how the names are simple. Oh, he's a wolf. I'm sorry, not a fox, a wolf.
Yeah, he's
Uh, the names are simple because every character in this are the exact animal they are. It's like Mr. Snake is Mr. Snake, the shark is Mr. Shark, the piranha is Mr.
they
Piranha.
don't have very complicated names.
Yeah, it's very simple.
The most
So it's like,
complicated name out of all of them is Diane.
yeah, I mean, that's the who's Diane again? That's
Diane is the girlfriend to
the fox.
Mr. Wolf.
Yeah, she's the red
She's the
fox.
fox. Yeah.
Who's voiced by Zazie Beetz there.
Yeah,
So
they're
and
trying to
she's
put her in everything, man.
Zazie Beetz.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zazie Beet's pretty good. So yeah, she's the voice of that. But yeah, so a chance comes there where they can come out of retirement to crack this case that's going on of some other thieves that are kind of coming out and doing it. So it's I guess a Silence of the Lambs type situation there.
Gotta get you out of retirement.
Gotta get you out of retirement to get these bad guys, get these other bad guys. I say right off the bat, I love the animation. This is some really gorgeous animation I found with the bad guys film there. I think that's one thing, probably one of the best animated, one of the better ones I've seen from DreamWorks, actually. I know people know DreamWorks for doing movies like How to Train Your Dragon. Aren't they also Boss Baby is a big one for them as well, I think.
Surprisingly, yeah.
So yeah, Boss Baby is another big one, but yeah,
They
I
didn't
think.
expect that to be as successful as it did.
But usually people like they're mostly known for doing the Kung Fu Panda movies, that franchise, for How to Train Your Dragon, and of course I think they did Shrek, the Shrek movie. So those are
of
the
course. They made their legacy on Shrek.
yeah. But I really even though I've never seen the first one, I did enjoy this second one. How did you feel about it?
Pretty much. This is one of those. I think for the most part, it handled itself fairly well. It's not a perfect movie. It's got some stuff where it feels a little contrived overall, but I did like the idea that, all right, you ended the first movie. How are you going to shape it up? So I actually did like the idea. It's like, yeah, what do you do? They kind of not much. They're criminals their whole lives for the most point. They don't have any, and I'm glad they addressed that. It's like, yeah, you don't have any work history. So they're trying to do it right, but it's also hard because they've done bad so long, and then they get involved in this. This one's very much feels as if you like the original one, I think you'll probably like this one. It follows pretty naturally from from the first movie and bleeds in. So, and the animation style is very similar in the first one as well. It was interesting because this one, the first movie came out. It was very like the art style was very cartoony compared to some of the other DreamWorks projects. Very almost, I want to say like splotchy, watercolory almost in a way. Everything, all the colors kind of blend a bit, but it's a very noticeable technique, especially when you see them moving around. Almost kind of almost sketchy a bit, like a comic almost. But
Yeah.
only really when you see an emotion. When like they're standing still, it's pretty noticeable overall. But
Yeah, and I mean, we see this trailer. It goes crazy. Like they go into space.
oh yeah,
like it goes crazy kind of places. Also, it's like this world where
I mean, the first movie they jumped out of a parachute into a tower, then just to do a drive with a car. That was the early beginning. Like they show that in the trailer. That happened. That's what got them in trouble in the very beginning.
They should join up with Fast and Furious. I think they made.
I mean, honestly, at this point,
crossover. Yeah,
they did more than Fast and the Furious did when they went to space.
But yeah, I mean, this is kind of wild. It's kind of crazy there, and also the thing of like, it seems like this world is mostly filled with humans, and then there's just random animals who can walk and talk.
Yeah, they live in the I call it the 80s anime technique or 80s series, cartoon series. You're gonna have like mostly anthropomorphic animals. Why? Why not?
Just why not? Yeah.
And why not? Dragon Ball's pretty famous for that, where they just had a bunch of animal characters that are just around that wear clothes and walk around. American series, cartoon series had that too, where Bugs Bunny and everyone else. Most characters are humans, but all the Looney Tunes characters or Tex Avery characters or mixing animal characters with human characters.
Mm, yeah. So I mean, it's a cartoon, so you don't really think about it too much. It kind of blends in there. But
It
everybody's
makes more sense than Cars.
yeah.
Everything's a car.
So I kind of greatly enjoyed it. I think the animation looks really good. I think the voice cast is really good in here. You got a stacked voice cast. You got Sam Rockwell, Mark Maron, Craig Robinson, Anthony
I am tired
Ramos,
of Aquafina though.
Aquafina. She's less Aquafina.
She is less Aquafina and almost like a character, God forbid.
Yeah.
But she's still like, oh man.
And I get that she kind of has a cartoon-esque voice because she gets a lot of cartoon roles there. I think she was that with that animal in Little Mermaid, and
yes, with the annoying song, yes.
Yeah. And she was in something. She was in Kung Fu Panda. Speaking about another DreamWorks movie,
She was. And I don't like her in that movie. I don't like the plot of Kung Fu Panda 4. It feels like it's kind of a waste of a movie, unfortunately, with a lot of its concepts. But she was not the biggest problem in that movie.
Yeah, I think that movie has kind of some other problems with it.
It has some other problems, but she was like one of the few times I'm like, oh, you're actually trying to be a character. You actually kind of work. Your voice isn't super bad for this character. They could have chosen someone better, but you are not the problem.
Yeah. And then them trying to take on like a all-female criminal squad that basically idolized them as thieves. It's like, we looked up to you guys, big fans of your work. That's also a very good. You got a lot of really great cast there, like Danielle Brooks, who people might know, Peacemaker. She was just recently in The Color Purple a few years ago. Natasha Lyonne, Mara Baklova, who people might know, she was in Borat 2. She was the voice of the dog in Guardians of the Galaxy. She's got a good thing there. So that's a good cast there. So everybody really does an amazing job there across the board. It seems like they're about the same creative team from the first movie because it's the same director, Pari Perfel, there, who also directed the first Bad Guys,
which you can feel.
And it's also
you can feel that it feels like a continuation in a way.
Yeah. And also it's the same kind of writing team here. Ethan Cohen, not Ethan Cohen from the Coen brothers, but is a guy named Ethan Cohen there. That's his name. Just remove the H, I guess. It's like, okay. So he's written some stuff there. So
yeah, he's worked on scripts for like Idiocracy, Tropic Thunder, Madagascar 2, Men in Black 3, and The Bad Guys. He's got various different. Oh, he also, he was also the director for Holmes and Watson, and he was writer and director for Holmes and Watson.
Oh, eesh, okay.
Yeah, nobody's perfect.
Yeah. Okay. So what will be your final thoughts for Bad Guys 2?
For all things considered, I think this is a solid movie. It's pretty entertaining for the most part. It has some like moments, but it's fairly consistent from the first one, and pretty much covers pretty naturally what would happen after the first one. And overall, I think it's pretty solid. Overall, it's not revolutionary, but it was pretty solid, and the animation is pretty fluid, and I think they did a solid job with this. This is definitely I would say a solid tune in.
Okay. I as well would give it a solid tune in there. Love the voice performances here, love the animation of it. Some of the bits, the gags are funny there. Of course, this is a children's movie. It's based on a children's book. And some of it is, of course, for kids, is mainly geared towards them for the jokes and everything like that. But some of the other stuff I did find kind of funny there, and some of the stuff they did, and gags and bits. Like, I think it's funny that the shark character is supposed to be he's the master of disguise in the group, but he's a fucking giant shark. I don't know. I just find that kind of stupid and funny there. So that's
basically like a kid-friendly version of King Shark.
Yeah, so you got that kind of going. So I thought that was kind of funny, but yeah, there's some good just bits and things like that in it that I think work well for it. And I think it's good. I mean, family movie, take your kids to go see there. When I saw it, there were a bunch of families there who saw it as well. This is doing really well. Box office, $250 million so far on a budget of $69 to $80 million. So it's doing solid in the box office there. Like that's
I
just
think the
like
only
he's
yeah.
Italian.
Yeah, I know. What you can do? Do this. Yeah, like they're like, all right, only a French guy can get away with doing that.
Yeah.
But I am with the art style as much as I do think it's fairly solid. I am tired of the bean mouth art style.
Like it was the Steven Universe type thing.
Steven Universe,
Uh,
Caltech, Cal Arts, bean mouth, really Tumblr art style. I'm tired of it. I want more detail. I'm tired
mm,
of just simple shapes. I want a bit more from this because there's clearly talented people. There's clearly talent there. I just would prefer they're just using a very basic style for everything. The beam mouse style has been used constantly. Yeah, movies like Elia Lucas, Turning Red. I'm really tired of it.
mm,
It was novel when like Gumball did it. It was novel when the early stuff started, but now it's the same thing over and over again. It was novel when like to a variation Studio Ghibli kind of has it, but it's Studio Ghibli also is extremely varied on what kind of stuff it does, and their art style is very high quality.
mm. Wow. So you give it a tune in, Bad
Yeah.
Guys 2? I give it a tune in as well. So 2 strong tune ins for
Mhm.
Bad Guys 2. Still in theaters now.
Yeah.
You want to check it out there.
It's nice to end it on a positive.
Yeah, nice to end it on a positive there. Kind of a probably the more negative we've been in a minute, for some
Yeah.
reason.
Well, you know what? That's the movies we were presented.
Yeah, so, but hopefully next week will be better.
Yeah.
Caught
Hopefully it'll be
Stealing,
better.
that movie with Benedict Cumberbatch, The Roses, hopefully that.
Yeah.
So maybe those will be better.
And you know,
Uh,
it's just like Ed Wood would say, next one. All right. That one was terrible. All right. Next one will be better.
This will be better. So we can maybe do that. So yeah, good show.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and rate somebody. Thank you so much, Dusk,
Yeah. No, thank you.
for stopping by there. Next stream, I'll be possibly streaming there Sunday. That's more definite than Saturday, but yeah, doing a worst of. Speaking about terrible things, doing a worst of 2025 so far. I got some new entries to my list after this week, so check that out there. Monday, no stream plan there. No stream plan for Wednesday. Hopefully, Dusk and Nick can join me next Friday, and we'll do Caught Stealing, and we'll do The Roses. Those are the 2 movies there. And yeah, so that's upcoming stream there. I'll go ahead and raid somebody there. Let's see
All right.
who's on. I can go ahead and raid right now. I'll raid Dira there. I haven't raided her in a minute, I don't think. So I'll go ahead and give her a raid. But yeah, just make sure to be lookout on for that. Again, thank you to Lemmy Winks. Thank you, King Bob there. Much
Yeah.
appreciated. Thanks for stopping
Thanks,
by
guys.
there, man. Thanks for enjoying War of the Worlds with us. Very much appreciated there. That's awesome. And yeah, we'll see you people later there. All right. So stay tuned, everybody. Take care. Have a good one.
Have a good one.
We are
Out of here.
out of here.